Okay. This is incenter I. Please understand these three are internal bisectors. And one more thing I want to be clear right ahead is, whenever you take any two lines, there will be one bisector bisecting this angle, there will be another bisector bisecting this angle. The two bisectors will be perpendicular. Anybody want to give an explanation why the two angular bisector lines should be perpendicular? Yes. If you take this as alpha, this as alpha, this as beta, this as beta, 180. Yeah, yeah. This is a complete angle, or you can say that whatever it is. 2 alpha plus 2 beta is 180. So this alpha plus beta should be 90. That is this angle. So that's why the two bisectors are perpendicular. So this internal bisector and this external bisector, they are perpendicular. This angle is 90. This internal bisector, this external bisector perpendicular. This angle is 90. This internal bisector, this are perpendicular. This angle is also 90. Okay. Now if you look at this point carefully, one internal bisector and two external bisectors, they are concurrent here. From there, the perpendicular distance to this side and this side and this side will be equal, because you take a point on the angular bisector of whichever two sides. From this, the perpendicular distance to both of them should be same. If you take this as the center and take this length as radius, it will touch all the three. This is called x center I1. And if you extend this, this is x center I2, opposite to be this x center I3. Okay. So for triangle ABC, I is in center. But for I1, I2, I3, what is I will be? Orthocenter, because I1, I should be perpendicular to this. Okay, internal bisector, external bisector are perpendicular. So I should mention this, that somewhere place is there. Yeah, I1A is perpendicular to I2, I3. I2A, I2B is perpendicular to I3, I1, and I3C is perpendicular to I1, I2. So they are all altitudes now. Because of this, okay, I am right after this I am writing here I1A comma I2B comma I3C are altitudes of triangle I1, I2, I3. Because of that, I is orthocenter of triangle I1, I2, I3. Okay. So you have to draw this figure carefully. Make sure that they are concurrent. Make sure that they are perpendicular. Even they are concurrent here and all. So draw this figure properly and write this point, this point, this point. Okay, I hope everybody is clear why in center of triangle ABC is orthocenter of the big triangle. Okay. Actually, one more thing I can write somewhere. Where is the place here? Yeah. Actually, ABC is pedal triangle of triangle I1, I2, I3. Why? A triangle I1, I2, I3, you have drawn three altitudes. The field of the altitude when you joined, you got triangle ABC. Okay. So this inside triangle is pedal triangle of the original one, and in the pedal triangle we proved how for the original triangle orthocenter is for the pedal triangle in center. Now it is reverse. In center of this is orthocenter of the bigger triangle. Okay, if time allows, we'll see today. Otherwise, tomorrow we have to, for this new excentral triangle, what are the different angles, what are the side lengths, and all. We have to find all those details. What is the circumradius of that? What is the area? Okay, let me see if somebody remembers something about this. In the beginning you studied this. For a triangle ABC, let's say H is orthocenter. For HBC triangle, anybody knows what is the orthocenter? A. Yes, correct, Lila Krishna. Yeah. Because for HBC triangle, this is one altitude, this one altitude, this one altitude, where they meet is A. The same way here, for I1, I2, I3 triangle, I is orthocenter. Means if you take I, I2, I3, orthocenter is I1 for the triangle. Okay, maybe tomorrow I'll continue. Okay, I'm stopping the class now. If somebody wants to copy, I'll be there for a few minutes. Okay, thank you. Okay, once again, don't forget differentiation homework everybody should complete. If any backlogs, please submit once again if names are there. And heights and distances you have to complete by tomorrow.